Hello YouTube, welcome to The Rise of Icelandic Football here with HK, episode 71. If you haven't watched episode 70, 69, 68, 67, if you haven't watched anything since like episode 58, go back, enjoy the ride that was. I'm going to give you a second to maybe go back. Maybe just go watch back episode 70. It was crazy. We streamed it all last night, very late in the night here in Australia. That's your warning. For those that don't know, we did win the Champions League last season. We beat Barca 2-1 in the final. It was unbelievable. What a time. We're going to get to that in a second. That is what we've come here to take a look at. If you look at the Champions League, 2-1 in the final, scoring 2 late goals to beat Barcelona. What does this mean is that in terms of the save, we have definitely done what we achieved with HK. In terms of winning the World Cup with Iceland, that's still quite a number of years away, but the save might get quite boring and stale where you just keep simming through games and looking for the Champions League. I feel like we need a challenge in the save, so it's going to be weird how I do this, but I'm definitely thinking staying Icelandic manager and try to win the World Cup. But at the same time, I reckon I'm going to morph the save into a save where can we be the best manager we can? Can we go to a couple clubs around the world that aren't doing their best as they could be and go and get them to win the Champions League and maybe the league? For Liverpool itself, we are going to take the job. I want to win the Champions League, the Premier League and the FA Cup. Not all in the same season, that would be nice. The main reason is they haven't done anything. They sacked Klopp, and then it went downhill 5th, 7th, 9th. They finished 6th last season. It's about to click over that they finished 7th this season. They won't have any continental football. It's just, as a Liverpool fan, it hurts me. And when they offered me the job, I couldn't refuse. We rejected the Chelsea job, the Madrid job. We rejected Barcelona. We rejected Juve. But when Liverpool came knocking, I feel like it's the right thing to do. Before we get into that, though, we have to look what we've achieved here with HK. If you go to the history, go to records, in the league itself, HK have done this multiple times, getting 66 points and won 22 straight. We obviously have the highest attendance ever in the league as well. We've recorded the biggest win. We obviously have won 85 games in a row. We're currently on 77, but that's not going to. Unfortunately, that will not continue with me in charge. We've also haven't lost a game in 217 games. It's so nice to go out on a high with HK, that is for sure. If you go to the profile, maybe my own profile might be the best to go that, and you go to my profile, and if you go to my history, we have been at HK since 2016 to now, to 2029. Quite a number of years. We finally won the Champions League. We got knocked out in the Europa League semi-final last year, and that might be a very good place to start with Liverpool. Maybe it's just, let's get to the Europa League. Maybe we can win the Europa League, and then we'll see what happens in the Champions League with Liverpool. I'm feeling like Liverpool would be one. Marseille have, been close to topping off PSG, but haven't been able to. I'm thinking Marseille could be another one. I'm thinking about everything. As you can see, our reputation on Continental Pro, we look absolutely amazing as a manager. It's a job that we have to take. I am filming this with 15 minutes before I start work. So in terms of the episode, we're going to do this little intro to what's going on right now. And then we're going to do this, we're going to go and get into the Liverpool save, towards the end of what's happening, towards the end, after work is what I'm trying to get at. After work, we'll obviously go to what we need to do, go back, come home, and film the rest of it. It's going to be transfer special, and we're going to make this a new save, a new playlist in the YouTube. I don't know what to call it yet. I'll think about it while I'm at work. It's all kind of just come out of the blue. We're just simming forward, and Liverpool's like, do you want to manage us? Yes, I do, being a Liverpool fan. But yeah, I feel like it's the right time to leave HK. We achieve what we want to. This also just means that there's more life in the save. In 2029, we don't know not much about like the Liverpool squad or the players and whatnot. But we are going to finalise this deal. I will ask for maybe 5 years and see what they say. 3 years, that's okay. We're not going to argue. It's Liverpool. We're going to continue forward. We are going to become Liverpool manager. There we go. Everybody still saying that we are Iceland, but we're not. Liverpool hire Alloy as coach. We absolutely love it, here we go. Dean Mee has been part of it. We did bring Pablo along with us as well because we do love the Argentinian. He just looks amazing as an assistant. We are 33 years old. We're going to go there. We're going to attend the meeting. We're going to tell them that it's a great start to get meeting. I like the sound of that. I know everything about Liverpool, being a Liverpool fan. This tradition, yes. That one thing they did say is that we must improve our media handling or else they will sack me in the thing. So we will be doing a lot of press conferences, that is for sure. Thanks for the introduction. And let's get in there. I'm pleased I have a submarine second Andres in the squad. Yes, send it to me. Would you like to arrange a meeting? Yes, I think it'd be great. Can you tell me how assistant friendly offers? Very simple. Can you arrange? If you could arrange the friends, that'd be great. But I would like the Insta result. I'm still. And thanks for your help, Pablo. You have been sensational. In terms of the Liverpool squad, that's the background of Liverpool. We all know about it. We've won it 5 times. Everything's amazing about Liverpool. I just don't know why on FM they can never win anything. That is for sure. We go to the dynamics and go to the squad. I'm hoping it loads the Liverpool squad. New challenge achieved everything at the club. Well, Trent, you're 30. You've made 100 caps England. You're sticking around. That is for sure. He looks amazing, Trent. He probably would be captain if maybe as a part of me. Ben Woodburn, obviously looks sensational. Adam Bell wants to leave to play in the Champions League. The centre mid looks amazing, 77 mil. Look, at the end of the day, I would imagine that we got, Thorpe knows how to judge a player. All these players are good Premier League signings. Our best player is this guy. He's apparently a world-class player, is Angel Santana. He does look the goods, that is for sure. Could nearly play as an inside forward, which I think would be absolutely sensational. I'm definitely thinking him centre mid, in the Callis role. Maybe you might see Callis, who knows, he could play up front. We'll go through the squad maybe more in depth, that is for sure. If we just go to the team report, we go by team depth, and we go in maybe the 4-2-3-1 because we will play it. This is apparently our best striker, the English 25-year-old, and he looks amazing, the poacher, that is for sure. He looks world-class. He's only got 1 clap, has Sayers. We'll probably try and get more. Ben Woodburnston here at 29. He looks amazing. I'm definitely thinking inside forward in his most natural role is the best place to place Ben Woodburn. We do like people that do play out there. Saying that though, we have a winger in Benoit who looks absolutely amazing. Looks like a leading player. So maybe we can't get Woodburn in there. We'll see what happens with Ben Woodburn. That is for sure. Santana, Lennon. Santana can play centre mid very well as well. They've got a guy called Martinez, the Argentinian, looks absolutely sensational. I'm just worried to see what happens at the back. In goals, they have Lozano, who's 34. That doesn't look great. And they have this guy here, the 25-year-old Czech. I definitely have a man in 9. His name is Murta. I'm definitely thinking he come in. At the back, they have Ollie Woodwan, who looks absolutely amazing. He's an absolute rock at the back, isn't he? Definitely thinking maybe Crespo alongside him or something else. They have a 24-year-old right back, and the Welshman has got world-class potential. He looks amazing. We definitely would play him on the other side. There is a lack of a left back, and we do know quite a few left backs around that are world-class. But we'll see what happens. In terms of pinching the HK players, we may or we may not. This has been a very rushed intro to it. This will be in a new playlist. We do obviously have to record probably, and this is ta-ta for now, an ending episode for the HK series. Episode 71 will be the last episode. Just nice to get to the end and just achieve what you want to achieve in a save. But it's now time for a new chapter here with Liverpool. I've got 12 minutes before I need to get to work, so we're going to wrap this up very quickly. This is going to be part 1 of the new series. I don't know what we're going to call it yet, but we will have a title for it when we do come back from home. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Well, don't say that because we're actually going to get to the next part like that. It's going to feel like that. I've got a 5-hour shift, and we'll come home after that 5-hour shift. Have a coffee, have something to eat, and we'll get straight into it and straight into recording what we might do with Liverpool. Because it is off-season, we will just maybe cut it up and just when we're making transfers and see who we bring in. But enjoy the rest of your day or night, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll see me for part 2 in just like that. Welcome back, everybody, part 2. As you can see, we're not in our work clothes. We're actually in clothes that we're going to go ready to go to coaching. We've got to leave for coaching about just over an hour. So it gives me enough time to get episode 1 sort of, recorded, a little bit cut up. We'll probably improve it a little bit later. But we'll definitely look to do what we can and, in this episode and explain a little bit more about what's going on with Liverpool. In terms of where we are at the moment, we haven't even simmed past the day that since you've last left. We've kind of just looked down at the team. I've got my notebooks out. We're writing who I think our best players is, where we need people. The first thing we're going to get onto is we're going to call this save the dream. And the reason we're going to call it the dream is mainly because my dream as a coach in real life is obviously to coach Liverpool because I'm a Liverpool fan. This is obviously the dream job in terms of football management. You're coaching your own, the side you dearly love in real life football as well. So that's the dream aspect. Lastly, this one tied in so well, and I put it to a couple of people at work that know nothing about football management. I was like, oh yeah, that's not bad, it's cool. If you go to my profile right now, we are obviously 33, and our 34th birthday is coming up soon in the game. Hopefully, I'm 23 now. That's 10 years in the future from where we are at the current moment. I don't think in 10 years' time I'll for me, coaching, I'm not trying to get to this level. I'm trying to become the best coach I can. If I happen to get to this level, so be it. I'm happy with that. I doubt I can get to this level, but it would just be nice to think and dream. And when you go to bed at night and you have a sleep that in 10 years' time, or you could be potentially coaching Liverpool because you're currently coaching right now. So we're going to call it the dream for that. So when I go to bed tonight, I'll probably have a nap and be like, in 10 years' time, I actually will coach Liverpool like I am a football manager. I doubt that very highly, of course. But we're going to go with that, and this is why we're going to call it the dream. So the playlist will be Under the Dream, and this will be episode 1 of the dream. And obviously the dream is to win the Premier League, the Champions League, and the FA Cup with Liverpool in our time here at the club before we move on to somewhere else, and we'll keep moving around into FM19, I guess. But yeah, so what we've done so far is we've actually looked at the moment at the squad, and after looking at the squad in depthly, I think this is our best players we have. Graham Connor is our best right back with world-class potential. He is quite young, but he just looks sensational. Great pace, great decent determination. He's okay at going forward, not too great. He needs to work on that crossing. He's got great marking, good tackling, decent work rate as well. His teamwork's okay. He's got great positioning, but just the physicals at the moment are quite good. At 5'7", he's actually quite strong as well. So he's doing quite well. The right back. At centre back though, Ollie's probably our best player that we have at the moment. He does look quite good. He's got great headering, marking, tackling, great positioning, decent determination. He just looks like a very good defensive centre back, and I've definitely got a couple of people in mind to put alongside him. The reason we've left gaps is because that's where I want to improve in at the moment. If we want to play the 4-3-3 with a DM, yes, mum. No, I can't. There we go. Jose Angel Santa Maria is apparently what the game thinks is our best player. I honestly think he can play the Callis role, but not as a Mazzala. I think that we just don't have the players to play the exact system. I'm also very tempted to play 4-2-3-1. Now that I keep thinking about it, I actually think we have the players to play a better 4-2-3-1 and get Santana into here playing as a 4-2-3-1 as an advanced playmaker on support. He's just very good in this role. On support, just look great first touch, great passing, great visiting. It's just someone to sit in the lock, sit in the hole and just pick the locks. I feel like that we might start with the 4-2-3-1 at Liverpool and then work our way into the save and maybe go back to the 4-3-3. I'm in two minds what I should do. We know how well this works. Maybe we might actually stick with this. I'm second guessing myself. Martinez looks quite good here. The Argentinian, he's only 23, so he has world-class potential, great determination, first half passing, all the names are what you want from a deep line playmaker. We are going to play this system. I'm thinking we're going to play deep line players support with an advanced playmaker on attack and get Santa Maria really bombing on, and Martins is sitting in the hole spraying passes with maybe I'm thinking maybe like a ball-winning midfielder on support, or really trying to win the ball back as quickly as possible. And I've got a man in mind for that one, that is for sure. Lenihan is an elite winger. Comparing to Arthur Gomez, he is sensational. He's apparently one of our highest earning players and doesn't match the ability. Oh, don't worry, I think he will. He looks sensational. Crossing, dribbling, first touch, passing. Just look at him as an attacking winger. Great flaring off the ball, work rate, speed. He looks sensational. He's only 24 years old and he has world-class potential. Benenot is on the other side, the Frenchman, a player that we nearly signed at HK. In the end, he stayed at Toulouse for quite a while and then moved to Liverpool last season. He had a good year in a Liverpool side that finished 7th. Benenot, though, at 25 looks sensational. He pretty much looks world-class at the moment, playing for France as well, which is no mean feat. And then Sayers up top just looks like an outstanding poacher, and probably what we were playing. We wouldn't play him as a complete forward. He can play it a little bit. As an advanced forward, he's only got the 10 passing, which does hurt. I just think as an advanced, as a poacher, just 15 finishing with great off the ball and great pace and great composure. He's going to score a lot of chances, the Englishman. It's important, especially in our first year, not to go out and just build a whole new team. It's important to keep the core of the team the same and then get players in and around that as well. But what this does mean is we have got a bench. Florian, who's been at Liverpool for quite a while, I'm pretty sure. I think he could be one of maybe the captains here. He's been playing quite well with the centre back. Good backup to have. Trent is still here, TAA. I'm very tempted to make him captain because he's still here. And I really want to start him just because it's Trent. But I can't. He can technically also play Segundo de Volante or roaming playmaker. He can play in the centre of midfield. And he looks sensational as well, does Trent. Josh Da Silva is a real-life player that I think Liverpool picked up from Palace last season. Definitely not a player would have signed back when last season, but definitely a player might sign if he was a lot younger. He has a role though in this first year because he can be on the bench and play in every single position, and being homegrown is sensational. Adam Bell's another homegrown centre mid. He looks sensational but might just find it hard to get in. If we do play 4-2-3-1, he probably would find it hard to get in anyway, but he can be more natural there. He can definitely play advanced playmaker on attack though, that is for sure. Driving forward at will at the defence. Ben Woodburn is the last player that we put on the bench as well. As much as he's a great striker, I'm thinking maybe as a complete forward, Ben Woodburn can play that role very, very well. Can not hold the ball up as such, but got great dribbling, is able to find a man inside. His headering's not that great. He can definitely play false 9 and drop in. I'm just thinking Ben Woodburn as an inside forward would be unreal. He just got great dribbling, great first touch, great finishing, everything about it is just sensational. Apparently, a lot of other people can obviously play that role very well. We have got an Italian at the club that I have not seen, has not come up, but there's an Italian with world-class potential. And he looks decent. There we go. This guy's going to be on the bench for the winger. He's got great pace, got good dribbling, crossing, first touch. Yeah, where is he? What's his name? It was like Slozzani or something like that. Alessio is going to be on the bench, that is for sure. A name that we need to remember as well. But, you know, Ben Woodburn is definitely a winger that can definitely play out there, that is for sure. I'm just going to have a look at the other people. I don't know about Richard. Richard's 29. We'd probably look to maybe sell Richard on, that is for sure, the Brazilian. But that is the Liverpool team at the moment. We've now explained also what the save's called. So now we're just going to cut up, the next hour we're going to sim forward, and we're just going to cut up when there's bits of transfer information. What this does mean is that we are looking for a goalkeeper, centre-back, a full-back on the left-hand side for sure. We do have depth on the right-hand side, and probably a ball-winning midfielder as a DM. There's a part of me that wants to maybe just play 4-2-3-1 and see how we go in this first season. At the same time, I know this system very, very well from HK. It's a system that's won the Champions League, so I don't know why we would change it. But that's what we're thinking at the moment. That's going to be end of part 2, and now we're just going to chop up little parts here and there throughout the next maybe month or so before I get the coaching and show you what we're thinking about in this first episode here with Liverpool. This is the dream. This is the dream job that we've always wanted in Football Manager, and we now have it in 2029. Stay tuned. There will be more transfers and Liverpool drama in just a second. So welcome back. We haven't even simmed forward a day or whatever. We just went through some people unhappiness. We've made some transfer sellings, like Calvo was about to leave for 28 mil, and we were like, okay, well, let's make sure that we can ask for 100% revenue because it's down to 25. And surely this is Liverpool, you know, being in the Premier League for so long, TV revenue and all, they should be okay. You go to the finances, Liverpool, they're in debt, and not just in debt, they're losing money at will. So the need to make money this season, you know, go and make some TV revenue, make some sellings, go and get rid of some debt that's there because there is some expenditure. There is also massive amount of debt at the moment as well. Means that we have to make a turnover 121 mil to get rid of the debt. It just means that the save isn't as straightforward as everyone may think. We are selling Calvo as a winger. He just isn't featuring the first team at the moment. You know, not really got the potential to be world class. He's a consistent performer. He's decent, but we're not here to be just decent in the Premier League. We're here to do the job. So to get 27 mil basically in 8 months over 6 months, you know, 8 over 6 months is pretty good, which is over his value as well. So we'll take that one there. In terms of signings, we haven't really looked yet. I have started scouting a few players, and they're all from HK. And there we are. Ben Wood has revealed he wants to leave Liverpool. He has, and he's arguing me. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? But yeah, that's going to be end of this little clip. We'll be back with probably some more transfer dealings in terms of signings, but we'll continue forward. We have got plenty of time. It's the 21st of June. We got to the August, like the 12th or 13th, whatever the first Premier League day game is, because it's not till the 31st, of course, because of the new Premier League rules. So we do have time. We've got over a month and a bit, obviously, until we need to finalise all our transfer dealings. So in that case, we're not going to rush into anything too much just yet. We'll see how we go, and we'll keep you updated here with more parts of this episode 1 of The Dream coming up. Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to Luis Villarreal. A player I had on my short list at HK for a very long while. Victor Hugo has a 60 mil release fee that I was tempted to activate. Instead, Chelsea activated, so did Arsenal, and I felt like, look, I don't want to really play 60 mil of the 84 mil that I have of Victor Hugo, because we need to strengthen under things. This is Luis Villarreal, and Luis, if you look at him, is just a complete centre back. 20 determination, 6 foot, decent jumping reach, great pace though. Could definitely play alongside the taller centre back that we do have here in Ollie. Great headering, marking and tackling. 20 determination, great positioning. We do have enough foreign spots that we can do this. 250k is probably a little bit expensive that I wanted to sign him for, but obviously we got 300k. There's also a lot of players that are interested in leaving. There is something that we have to know. We're not in the Champions League or in the Europa League this season, so we don't need the biggest squad. So I'm almost tempted to sell more than I am to buy this season and really bring in a lot of added revenue. We also got TV revenue for this. For the coming season, so we've got 123 mil. I'm going to go back in and ask the board to increase the transfer revenue later on, and hopefully they will let us. But I reckon this is a deal that is just too good not to refuse for the 22-year-old commanding centre back. At 6 foot, though, he's still going to win quite a fair few things in the air, and he's just great in terms of being in the right position, determination. He should be good enough for us, for Liverpool, and he will be forming a partnership alongside Ollie. I know a lot of people, when they were watching this, probably expected Victor Hugo or Crespo. Crespo has weirdly signed a contract with HK recently, but he's got a 4.4 mil release fee. I don't know why that's there, but that's something we can't activate right now because he is obviously not in our thing. He is obviously a part of he's obviously a part of HK. He just signed the contract, so we can't negotiate. It's probably going to take a couple months to get him. But as soon as that 4.4 release fee is basically you can offer for it, we probably should to get him as backup. Saying that, though, this is a guy that I'm very interested in as well. Richard Marshall, and I was just so happy that we clicked on this page. He's got great heading, marking, and tackling at 18 and good determination. This is a guy that I really would like in and around the first team, Mr. Marshall, on the bench. I'm just going to write that down. But Marshall would be a very good 3rd/4th choice centre back. The thing is, if we're going to sell a lot of people, basically, if this guy's like 3rd or 4th choice centre back, we don't need to bring Crespo in, obviously. If the right offer came in for the Austrian, like Osferera, the right offer came in for this guy, we would sell for about 40 mil, and I'd probably get his wage off, and obviously get him off the wage and get the transfer revenue for him as well. There's also other centre backs around, like Nicolo Elvey is about to leave on a free, which is good to get the wage off as well. But you get other people off. We need to buy a goalkeeper as well. Carlos Augusto, I reckon, is someone that we maybe could sell. He's only a decent player, good player, and he's got maybe a little bit of potential, but not much. I definitely feel like getting a Carlos Augusto on the transfer list as well, and see if we can get roughly around 51 mil for him. I feel like that's pretty good, and we just go with those two centre backs, and then with Marshall and Florian there at the back. But bringing in a Lewis would be quite a good signing. The international centre back there from I think it's SPO. We're going to go back to and make sure that it was SPO. It is SPO. We're getting the Chilean international there. He's only 22. He's got potential to grow into. Our scouts love him. Got world class potential. You can see why as well. And I reckon that getting his work permit shouldn't be too hard. That's going to be end of that part there. Quickly, we save after every part so it doesn't crash on us and then we have to redo something. But that is the first little piece of transfer dealings that we're going to make. I definitely think we need a centre back. We definitely need a goalkeeper. We definitely need a left back. We have put a bid in for Centeno, but we'll get to that if it's accepted or not as well. And I'm happy to blow the rage on Centeno. And then, it's all about keeping their players here. And if the right offers come in for players, we will sell if we have to as well. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, very shortly. Not even a day later, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Centeno's offer wasn't accepted. We did negotiate slightly. We'll go through the offer in just a second. But Centeno has accepted a contract, 215k. It's a big old rise. He's got a 100% scout report. Send the offer before we get there. Look, he's already a world-class player, and he wants to come to us. We're one of his favourite personnel, I'm pretty sure, as well, and he definitely wants the challenge. All he wanted, though, in his contract as a promise was that we're going to make the Champions League next season. I feel like we're in a position where we will. We do need a left back. If we go to the transfer page, we go to the transfer offer, obviously, for ins, and we go to Centeno's offer. If we go and view the offer, if we can, transfer offer, there we go. This is what we offered. We offered 29 mil up front with 12 mil over two installments of 6 mil with 1.9 mil over 50 games and 1.9 mil over 20 games. We obviously don't have the biggest budget, obviously, but this is going to be a large chunk of it. But we should have the budget to continue to buy correctly if we do. Getting in a left back and a centre back covers two of the positions that we do need. We then need a goalkeeper and a ball winning midfielder will be okay. I'm going to do the ball winning midfielder last, and if the position doesn't come available, we can't sign who we want to sign. We will obviously then just go to a 4-2-3-1, play Cam, play two midfielders, and get Santa Maria up into his preferred position, the world class centre attacking mid. The likes of Christopher Callis don't want to come just yet because they signed a new contract. Obviously, I signed them all on a new contract after winning the Champions League, and that means that they can't come right now, which is all right. Victor Hugo looks like he's on his way to Arsenal or Chelsea, as they both bid 60 mil, and I didn't want to bid basically like and I need myself 30 mil to spend on 3 different spots. Instead, we spent 24 mil here, 30 mil here, so about 50 odd, just over 50 odd mil on 2 positions that we definitely need. We definitely need a goalkeeper, a better goalkeeper as well, because we go to our team report and we go to team depth chart and our goalkeepers, just no one of quality. Decent goalkeepers, yes, and it's been a problem with Liverpool in the past, except for in real life they just signed Alisson. So that's probably the next position that we do need to do. We're doing our business early. I am a manager on Football Manager. I like to get my business done early, so then you get them all playing in pre-season. They all understand the tactics for round 1. We have to start flying, and like I've said, we're at the stage of Liverpool being in a position where we're not in the Champions League or the Europa League, so we don't need this big of a squad as well. So if the right offers come in for the right people, we will sell. That means, like, even if that means we have to start Ben Woodburn out on the left and we sell Benaviot. Look, if someone gave us over 150 mil, I think it would be silly not to sell. Don't want to sell him, of course. And then there's players like, we wouldn't sell Sayers. I think he's too important. We wouldn't sell the likes of probably... we wouldn't sell the likes of Ollie Woodland, for instance, right? But if the right offer came in for Santa Maria or Martinez, as much as they got world-class potential and world-class players, you would sell if the offer was big enough, wouldn't you, just to increase the revenue here of your club? You don't need so much of a bigger squad. You've got star players in other areas that can carry you in the league against maybe the lesser sides with the right tactics, which I think this tactic will be the best one for Liverpool going forward if we can get the right player in at centre defensive midfielder. And that means to me, really, that we'd probably only need maybe like a star winger, a star striker, 2 quality centre backs and a good goalkeeper, and a star fullback, which we now have. We already have one here at the club. We're going to bring in another one now at Centeno. That means to me that, if we had to sell maybe a couple of star players here to make those moves, I would, because I can trust the players that will be here. We obviously have enough quality in the squad. We just have depth that is good enough to probably get me into the Europa League or the Champions League, which the board wants me to get the Europa League this season. Which means to me that if the right offers came about, we would sell. That's going to be the end of this little snippet here of Centeno. I don't expect to see anything else in terms of me buying players except for a goalkeeper. Once we buy a goalkeeper, I think that will end the episode as well. We do have 15 minutes before I have to leave for coaching. That means that the episode will come out a lot later than what we recorded. It won't be too late. We'll obviously record the episode and then we'll keep simming whilst the episode gets uploaded. There's also a chance that we might do a late stream, a nice chilled 2-hour stream of pre-season as well. And enjoy... I hope you enjoyed this little snippet. Centeno's coming, ladies and gentlemen. One of the HK lads is going to be here and joining us at Liverpool. Hopefully you're excited for that one there, and we'll see you in just a second. Hopefully with a goalkeeper. And I tell you what, Mutter isn't my number 1 target as well. You'll wait and see for who it is that we can maybe bring in. So this just happened, ladies and gentlemen. Lewis got an offer from Spurs just after we got a contract accepted with him, and he's chosen Spurs because they're in the Champions League. I expect this to happen quite a fair bit, obviously, in the save, because, look, we are in this sort of position where, look, they're in the Champions League, we're not. Liverpool probably don't have the pulling power because we haven't made the Champions League in a while. So I expected this to happen at some point. Hopefully it doesn't happen with Centeno. We really need Centeno to come. We desperately need Centeno to come. But Lewis isn't coming, so it's maybe 22 mil saved. I'm almost tempted to play Marshall's first choice centre back alongside Ollie this season, get the 2 Englishmen together and see how far Marshall can grow and maybe get us into the future as well. He's obviously very good and can do the job. So we've also got players here that are decent enough for us, alongside Centeno, who's sensational. But we'll wait and see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll keep you up to date with more transfer news. We're still scouting a couple of goalkeepers as well. I will let you know if the episode's going to end without us signing a goalkeeper. I have now decided that after we finish coaching, we will come home. We're going to do the rest of the transfer period on stream. So there'll be a link to the description below as well. We're going to try and get the episode out as quickly as possible. So when we leave for coaching, the episode's uploading, and then you can all see that there's a link to the stream below in the description, and then we can obviously get on stream. Everybody can jump in and see who we want to sign. Enjoy the rest of there'll be one more snippet left. I don't know if it'll be a closing snippet or if it will be us signing a goalkeeper. We'll wait and see for that one there. But yeah, one more snippet to go of this little period before we go to coaching. Hopefully you've enjoyed episode 1 so far, and there'll be maybe a touch more drama left when we get to it in the near future. So everyone, we haven't got a goalkeeper in yet. I have to leave for coaching. We are going to leave it with a little bit of transfer drama and keep you interested in maybe the stream tonight, and then a recap for episode 2 before we get into our first ever Premier League game as manager of Liverpool. As you can see, Centeno has had a bid from Arsenal. He has accepted our contract. Hopefully our swaying power that we are one of his favourite coaches means that he will come to us. Hopefully he doesn't go to Arsenal. That's all we hope, because we desperately need a left back, that is for sure. for everybody, hopefully you've enjoyed the switch from HK to Liverpool, and hopefully you can get around the save that is going to be known as the Dream. This is Damien. As always, links in the description below for our Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Hopefully you've enjoyed the first episode of This is the Dream. Obviously, we were going to shed a tear that we've left HK, but we left in the best way possible by winning the Champions League. Also, let me know in the comments that should we stay as Icelandic manager or should we slowly focus on Liverpool? Enjoy the rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in the stream later on. Enjoy the rest of it as well. And if you haven't watched the HK series, go back onto my channel, playlist, 70 episodes there of pure enjoyment and a lot of late drama. Enjoy the rest of your day, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good one, and goodbye.